What's up, guys? This is Thomas from the band Kamelot, and you're listening to Leise War Gestern, the Time for Metal podcast. Crank it up.
Leise War Gestern, der Time for Metal Podcast.
Ein herzerfrischendes Moin Moin und guten Tag zu einer brandheißen Folge Leise War Gestern, dem Time for Metal Podcast. Und die heutige Folge findet in Englisch statt, so deswegen, weil unser Gast auch englischsprachig ist und aus den USA kommt. Und deswegen macht es gar keinen Sinn, dass wir auf Deutsch sprechen. Aber erstmal, wir haben den Flo hier mit an Bord. Moin Flo.
Ja, moin Kai. Freue mich wieder dabei zu sein.
Und weil unser Gast weniger Zeit hat, müssen wir ein bisschen auf die Tube drücken. Es gibt nur eine Runde Themenroulette heute, aber ihr werdet gleich hören, es ergibt vollkommen Sinn, dass wir das machen hier heute, weil wir haben Thomas Youngblood hier mit an Bord von der Band Kamelot und dann sprechen wir jetzt einfach ein bisschen was auf Englisch. Hey Thomas, nice to meet you, nice to see you here at Leise War Gestern, the Time for Metal podcast.
What's happening, guys? Good to be here. Good to finally talk to you. Hope everybody's doing good over there.
Yes, of course. So we just, for the people who don't know you or your band, some sentence about Kamelot and Thomas Youngblood?
Yeah, I mean, Camelot's been around for 30 plus years, so I guess technically it's considered symphonic metal, but we have a lot of different variations to our music and musical kind of interest within with what we do. But hopefully most of the people out there have either heard of us or know a little bit about Kamelot.
And I'm kind of sure that our listeners really know Kamelot, so this is would be funny if not. So Flo, would you be so kind to introduce the rules of the theme roulette, so we like to play a little round with you?
Theme roulette is really easy. We have a random generator thing going on, and it gives us a topic about metal universe, and then we talk 10 minutes straight about it, and we are not allowed to talk anymore about this topic ever in our lives.
Okay.
And I press on the button, and Flo is the guy who is our timekeeper. And today's topic is direct to the fans. Does every band needs a newsletter or a own fan club today? So, and Thomas, you are the guest. So please start. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think with all the information in our regular world, it's good to have direct contact with your fans. I mean, or whatever kind of thing you're running. I think, back in the day we had like MySpace and that kind of took place of newsletters and then Facebook and Instagram. And then you have Bands in Town, which is also really great for keeping fans on board when it comes to live shows or whatever. So for me, I mean, I'm not a big fan of like being like a YouTuber or a social media content creator guy all the time, but it's important that we have content and we keep our fans, updated on what we're doing.
Does Kamelot have an official fan club?
Yeah, it's called Kamelot Nation. We have fans, but it's also just basically comprised of all the people on our Facebook page, which is, I think it's maybe 700,000 on Facebook. And then, we have our Instagram, YouTube followers. So all of those people are all part of the family. We don't have like a, quote unquote fan club where they have to pay something like with Patreon or something. I mean, it's, everyone that's a fan of Kamelot should be able to access information without having to spend money on it.
So that's also something special. So when it comes to today's concerts and so on, you have VIP tickets, Golden Circle, whatever kind of special. So how are you? Are you into this kind of business?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way that I look at the whole VIP thing is it definitely helps the touring because of the cost. It's a way to also meet a lot of fans that you never would be able to meet, more in person, like passionately, I guess. And it's also an option. I mean, you don't have to go to VIP. if you don't want to. So it's sort of I think it's a great thing if bands do it and it's a reasonably priced thing. I mean, there are some bands that are like what they're asking is ridiculous, but still at the end of the day, it's up to you as a listener if you want to spend the money on it. You still should go to the show, buy a ticket, buy merch if you can. The VIP thing is it's just an added thing. I mean, it's the same with physical product, whether it's like certain special vinyls or earbooks, limited edition box sets. These are all things that you don't have to buy, but it obviously helps the bands and the label. In a era where, you know, it's more and more difficult to tour or to put out records. So I always look at it as it's a thing where you can do it or you don't have to do it, right?
Yeah.
And on the one hand, the people are paying for this, so why wouldn't you grab this opportunity? In the end, it's business, and you need to live from something.
Yeah, and I think though that it's not all about money. It's also about just making sure that what you're doing is financially feasible. You know, for some bands, the cost of touring it's out of control, and they have to do the VIP. For us, it's a mixture of that, but it's more about, you know, being able to meet some fans and help the tour out. And a lot of times we'll meet a lot of people that we've never known before or even had come to a Kamelot show. So it's been a kind of a catalyst for them to actually come to the live show to begin with.
What comes to my mind is direct before this recording, we talked to Marco from Xandria, best regards from him. And
cool.
We talked about collecting things, and metalheads are collectors. And when you pay for special stuff, limited stuff, it's always cool to have. I've said, gotta catch them all, like in Pokemon.
Yeah, that's for sure. Metal. I mean, I can't speak for all metalheads, but for Kamelot fans, they've always been great at supporting the band when it comes to even buying CDs, even if they don't have a CD player. They buy CDs because they support the band, and definitely vinyl, limited boxes, and you know we're really eager to sign any of these things when they come to the show, whether they're in VIP or if we meet them outside of the tour bus. We always appreciate fans that are still buying physical product, and so yeah, I think it's just a great thing for fans to be able to have and collect.
Do you have special limited collector's editions where you sign it pre-sale and you can buy it online and it's already signed by the band?
We sometimes do that. We'll have like a limited edition of like 1,500 box sets that has a card that's signed inside. But I like the more personal thing where we sign it in person and meet fans at the shows. I think that's the coolest part. And it's also cool for me, you know, being the original Kamelot guy from 30 plus years ago, to see CDs from the first release to the 14th one coming up here. So it's always fun to kind of meet those people.
What's the craziest thing you ever signed?
I don't know, man. I signed a lot of things. Body parts.
All kind of body parts.
I'll leave that to your imagination. No, I mean, there's been cool stuff. I mean, there's been like obviously guitars. A lot of times I've signed people's guitars or violins, wallets. That's always weird. Phone cases. Actually, I did sign the back of a girl's neck once, and she had a tattoo of the signature on her neck, which is amazing. And she's an amazing person. So that was probably the most unique, I guess.
It's not so crazy, but the tattoo, that's really crazy, 100%. But I really like that that people go so deep in being a fan, and that people are so into the music and into the artist that they even would make a decoration on their body for this. I really think that's really funny. And when it comes to let's say other fans, so is there Anything where you say, okay, you've had a tour or a concert where you say there was a special fan moment, what you never would expected?
Yeah, I mean, there's stories about different fans. I mean, one that I remember was a fan that was really sick, and we went to the hospital to visit him.
Oh,
And yeah, so there's stories like that. Some that are a little deeper, and it's a little more emotional to talk about. But I mean, in general, one of the things with Camelot too is like we really feel a certain responsibility to the message that we put out when it comes to the lyrics or the songs, and that's always reflected in meeting certain fans and hearing about a song that got them through something or that meant something to them a certain way. So there's all these different kind of tangents that comes
uh-huh.
to being an artist, and it's to me it's an honor to be able to do that and to hear these stories.
Have you ever been on the other side? So being a fan of another musician where you say, actually, I need this sign of this guy or this person?
Not really. I mean, I've always kind of been, raised in a certain way that we're all kind of equal. We're all the
Uh-huh.
same, whether you're an actor or a rock star or F1 driver. I don't really look at people that way, and I don't want people to look at me that way. Or my children, I teach them, hey, that's so and so is a football player or whatever, but he's also just another dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, Now I've met some of the guys that some of the people that I grew up kind of idolizing in terms of guitar playing, and usually it's cool. Sometimes you're disappointed. Just
Uh-huh.
depends.
It's way more special, as you said, when somebody talked to you and mentioned that the music is put them through hard times and helped them through a lot of shit in times. And it's what I always write to bands I newly discovered. I said, okay, your music, your lyrics is what I need right now, and it's great for me to go to a mental deep state, and that's the
Mhm.
greatest thing about music.
Yeah, and also like we talked about the girl with the tattoo on her neck. I mean, these I don't look at that as crazy. I just look at it as a really another step for me to do the best I can as an artist and
Yeah.
keep the band going. And we have a lot of fans that have different Camelot tattoos on their body, and to me, that's like the ultimate sort of respect for what we do. And so it's super cool. I think.
Best final words, because the 10 minutes timer is already over.
Well, that was fast. That
So
was fast.
that's always fast. That's the reason why we do normally 2 times this kind of thing, but we respect the time, and I really need to take some minutes for something what's coming up in August. So it's August, so it's not so far away. So on the 28th of August, we will see a new album coming up coming from Napalm Records. Thanks to Napalm Records to organize this appointment here. That's very fine. Thanks to those guys. I really appreciate this. But I want to talk not only about this album, but also about the features you have at this album. So I saw One Last Masquerade. That's a very, very nice guy who's also on this feature. That's To Be a Summit. We also had him here in the podcast. Or Clementine Deloney. I hope that's that's correct spelled. And the Ignacia Fernandez, also a person who's very famous for us, so for Flo and for me. So
Huh.
how do you choose the right person for as a feature for the album? Is this something what comes up to your mind where you say, okay, this would fit to this guy or to this person? Or is this something we say the label says, you need to do this feature. This really is cool for you, or how does it happen?
Well, at first, it never comes from the label, so that's the first thing you should know. Although we love Napalm, they've been great, but when it comes to guests for Camelot, it happens different ways. Sometimes it's totally organic,
Mhm.
last minute kind of thing. With Tobias Sammet, we had this on One Last Masquerade that was basically finished, and I kind of got this vibe from it after listening to it. This is sort of Avantasia-ish kind of vibe. and I thought it'd be cool to ask Toby to sing on that song. And Sasha is our producer, who's also a part of Avantasia. He asked him, and he graciously accepted, which was really cool. And it fits his voice perfectly, I think. With Clementine, we've been friends for many years, and we kind of worked on a way to make sure she was on the record and found the perfect song for her, which is called Sanctuary. Ignazia Fernandez has been a friend of ours for about 10 years. We would meet her and some of her friends down in Chile when we go there and tour and stuff. So we've kept in touch over the years. And when we started working on the album, I just kept in touch with her about the parts, and yeah, that all worked out great.
So we just had the chance to listen to the song Ashen World. And so Flo just sent it over a link and said, you really need to listen to the song. Really because of, yes, of course, the music, but also, of course, the feature. So it really, really fits perfect to the symphonic power metal style you're playing. So would it be just an idea to add her fixed to your band? So this would fit so perfectly.
We get that question with every album when we have a special guest. She has her own band. She's also a model, and she's also currently at Miss World competition. So I'm sure she'll be very busy over the next several years. But we like to have these guests on each record, and we haven't brought in like a permanent female guest vocalist because we love the freedom to do things differently, and that's kind of why we've never added someone permanently to the band when it comes to the female part. And who knows? I mean, in the future, next album, we might not have any guests, and then the person's just standing around doing nothing. So,
what's funny about all the guests you have in all the years of Kamelot is it always fits, but you doesn't really need them because, in my opinion, you have two of the greatest metal singers of all time in your band with Roy Khan and Tommy Karevik. I've seen them both live, and they're both world-class performers. What I always needed to know about Kamelot, and you especially, do you have a special relationship to Scandinavia because both of those singers are from Scandinavia?
Not specifically. I mean, I've always loved the way that Scandinavian singers sing English, like starting with like ABBA, the band Europe. Some of the singers from Malmsteen's bands. There's something about that. I mean, their English, first of all, like Tommy's English is amazing. It's like you would never know he was from another country. But when he sings, there's a certain timbre to their vocals that is unique, I guess you could say, like different from North American singers. And so I don't know. I mean, I've always been gravitated to that style of vocals since I was a kid,
Was it enough for you as an answer, Flo?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I've never thought about the timbre of the voice.
Yeah, it's the same when they speak. Scandinavians, they have there's a different, you can tell when someone from Scandinavia is speaking because they have this, it's almost like a rhythmic way of talking. And on this new record, Dark Asylum, Tommy Karevik is, to me, it's like a masterclass of vocals. It's a whole nother level, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, it started with loving bands like ABBA and then Europe, and it kind of grew from there.
I agree. Unfortunately, I never saw him with Kamelot, but I saw him with Arian in the Netherlands, and that was great experience.
Yeah. And you may have seen him with Avantasia as well. So
yes, of course. Yeah.
The same back to you. Thanks for the time, and thanks for the funny start. So we can do this at a B-roll for this podcast later on and tell everyone what happened. Thanks. Thanks, Thomas. It was a pleasure to see you here and everyone here listening, also in German. So für alle, die auf Deutsch zuhören. Vielen lieben Dank, dass ihr zugehört habt und euch das angeschaut habt bei YouTube beziehungsweise bei Spotify und allen anderen Podcast-Playern. Das war Thomas Youngblood von der Band Kamelot. Schaltet wieder ein, wenn es wieder heißt Leise war gestern, der Time for Metal Podcast mit dem Flo und dem Kai und diesmal mit dem Thomas Youngblood von Kamelot. Und jetzt gibt's, wie gesagt, von Kamelot den neuen Song auf die Ohren. Hier bei, ja, habe ich schon gesagt, wo ihr seid. Also, los geht's. Hört rein.